I had plans on coffee
Coffee's
this
on.
morning. Yeah, I had plans on having coffee this morning, but that didn't manifest itself. I considered it and then figured I better not.
Why? Constitution?
Yeah, I don't I don't have the time. I don't have time to make it.
Well,
Yeah.
just get a Keurig, pop it in. Dude, I make a pot. Lately, it's been once a day, but that's because I've been so heavily, um, working on stuff that have to start a pot in the morning and probably finish it off early afternoon.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
these idiots from Breakfast Buzz are broadcasting the same time we are.
oh my goodness.
We're gonna have to talk to them people.
Yeah, yeah. They
Cut it out
Yeah, it seems like every time they go
every
live, we go live. Yeah.
every time.
Yeah. I think they're waiting.
We're waiting for our special guest to jump into the green room.
Yeah.
Let's check in. Let's see if he's there.
Yeah.
He's not there.
Yeah.
He promised.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe later in the show.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We have three people in the room so far. We got comments.
Thanks for being here, everybody. Hey, we're on Indie Volt Radio, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we are. We are.
Hey, everybody
Danielle
around the
says,
world. We're
"Hola,
just waking
hola."
up. So,
Hello, Danielle.
hola, Danielle.
Yeah, we have
First in the chat this morning,
yeah, first in the chat this morning,
and with
also,
the friendly hola.
yeah. We have the coffee gift makes me have to go to the bathroom sometimes. I don't get it why that happens. What else we got on the show today?
Psychological.
We're also going to talk about it's weird, Randy. We got a guy who did not. He went to a con
We
and
got a guy.
he left an original piece of art at a table.
That was
with
better
an
than.
artist.
We're not going to go back to those topics we were talking about at Geekgasm, are we?
No,
Leaving things at tables.
No,
Let's
no,
not
well,
do that. It's too early in the morning.
That wasn't. That was on the Nevo Live. Leaving things at tables. Yeah, that was.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I thought we brought that up again.
we did. We did.
This
Well,
last night,
kind of.
so.
They kind of did. They perverted it on that show. But
Yeah. All right. Well, off that topic.
yeah, but no, this guy left a piece of original artwork.
Trico's in the house.
Hey, Trico. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
This particular guy left a piece of I would say priceless artwork
Was
at
it
a
priceless?
table. Priceless in that it is apparently artwork of Jack Kirby.
Danielle loves the coffee touch. Well, if it was Jack Kirby, of course it's priceless.
Left it at a table by accident by buying a comic.
Wow.
Came back, the artist said he didn't see it. Went home, found out that the artist had actually taken it and was trying to sell it on eBay. So
Oh man.
yeah, but he does have the provenance. He does have all that good stuff. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Thanks if you're listening on Indie
I'd be dragging that artist's name right straight through the mud.
Oh yeah. If you are listening on Indie Radio right now, we appreciate you. Right now we have 672 listening on Indie Radio right now with
Alrighty.
Japan in the lead. Hello, Japan.
We love each and every one of you.
Japan is what's the weather like right there over there? Alexa, what's the weather in Japan like?
Which city in Japan?
I don't know. This is a city.
Sorry, I don't know that location.
Oh my goodness.
She was looking for I don't know Japan.
Yeah.
If it's Okinawa, it's like San Diego. So it's what's the weather like in Okinawa? Nice.
Alexa, what's the weather like in Okinawa?
In Okinawa-shi, Japan, it's 53 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies.
50 degrees.
Tonight, you can look for just a few clouds in the sky, with a low of 53 degrees.
The highest is
it's-
going to be a 70 today.
It's the winter. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Advocating channel. She said she's not sure.
Yeah. Oh, did yours?
Alexa's never sure.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if anybody else has Alexa. I just
And
said your
Dave the
Alexa's off.
Supreme says good morning.
I just said it was Alexa's off. Oh, I'm
Should
sorry.
say Alexa, have Samuel L. Jackson tell me what the
Yeah.
weather's like in Okinawa,
Actually, I
Japan.
say, oh, I have Sam tell me the weather here.
It's nice, MFer. Get the hell away from me.
Alexa, have Sam Jackson tell me the weather today.
In Macomb, it's 15 degrees
What?
Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies.
No.
Sam must
Today,
be
you can
unavailable.
look for cold temperatures, with a high of 25 degrees and a low of 11 degrees.
Alexa,
You probably need to throw that L in there.
have Sam L. Jackson tell me the weather.
Well, since you asked so nicely. Currently in Macomb, it's 15 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies. Today, you can expect cold temperatures with a high of 25 degrees and a low of 11 degrees.
Yeah. Danielle says that's like her favorite line. I don't know about that. It is. She does not tell me some very important things. But I have had Alexa go off without me asking her. Like, I'm sitting there talking about something else, and she'll just and fill in the blanks on a question, or not even a question, just all in my business. You know,
Because she's always listening.
she's always listening.
Always.
Always listening. I wonder could she? Nah, she probably can't do it. I was gonna tell her to search Comic Vine for Varian Grant, but she probably can't do that. Well, Lorraine, let's roll the intro and get on with the show, shall we?
Let's.
All right, rolling the intro. Be right back after the intro, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us.
There we go.
Hello. We are live. Yeah, look at all that. All right, that's reached up to 712 right now on iNDIE Radio. Listening on Android devices.
I have to drop out for a second.
He's dropping out. Now he's got a phone call. Maybe it's. Let's fill in the blanks. The phone call. It's probably standards and practices. They're giving him an early warning. You better not go too far off the script tonight, Zim. Anyway, guys, I want to talk to you about something pretty important. Got an email from a gentleman who he wants to come on the show because he left a piece of priceless artwork, a piece of Jack Kirby artwork, at a table during a show, and unfortunately for him, that artist took his artwork. He set it down to buy a comic, walked off, and realized, maybe a couple minutes later, he had left this artwork. If you don't know who Jack Kirby is, he's a
It only takes a few steps. Jack Kirby is a major icon in comics history.
Right, and he's no longer with us. But this gentleman walked off and came back like, "Hey, I left some artwork." No, you didn't. And the guy was obviously distraught. I mean, this is Jack Kirby artwork. Go home, and a couple days passed, and he looked up some stuff, and he found the artwork on eBay. Not eBay. I think it was on art auctions or something. But he found it online being auctioned away. And by
It shows
the
you
artist.
how much consideration that artist actually has for the artwork.
Yeah. Because I mean, Randy, let's be honest. You found a piece of Jack Kirby artwork. Are you selling it?
Heck no.
Yeah, I'm hanging on to it. Look, I mean, I hate to say
When I was a kid, I hated Kirby, but now I absolutely love him. He was amazing. Why in the world would you want to sell a piece of Jack Kirby artwork unless you were that tied up for money, which is probably what the artist was.
Daily Supreme said, "Oh no!" And then here comes the Advocate channel and said, "Can he prove any part of his story? Does he need receipts?
He needs receipts.
Does he need receipts?
Yep.
Does he need?
Probably does.
He says he does have the. Is it provenance? He does have the provenance. That he owns the piece, and the piece was sold to him, and that, But obviously,
which he probably paid a pretty penny for to start with.
Yeah, look, I'm hoping he gets his art back. He has reached out to the artist, like, hey,
that would probably fall under the grand theft.
Yeah. But he does want to come on and talk about it at some point. I told him, hey, you ever want to come on? Let us know. We will make sure that can happen for you. We'll open up our airwaves and you can come talk about it. Mm-hmm. Also, Randy, are art supplies too much?
Well, you should always buy in bulk. It's not going to spoil. All depends on what supply, I guess.
Well, okay, let's face it. Some art supplies are expensive, but they're usually one-time purchases. A graphite holder, I got I
which
got
is a fancy name for a pencil. Come on,
right. Yeah, I got like
a mechanical pencil. That's what it is. That's a graphite holder.
I got 6 of these that are usually my go-tos.
And the
So
only reason you got those is because you saw Ethan uses them as pointers.
no, I've always had these. No. Yeah, but I have 6 of these that are my go-tos,
Awesome.
and I actually, if you come to Comic Con and if you're a child, um, I went out and I bought. I go out and buy a lot of pencils, a lot of graphite holders, sometimes 20 at a time, and I give that and a needed eraser to children at Comic Cons if they come up to me and they've got like a portfolio where they've been trying to draw. It's just something I do.
I hope you have stock now, because now everybody's going to catch you at a show asking for a mechanical pencil.
Well, while supplies last, sorry. Sometimes they run out, and I have to go out and buy a whole new stack of them. But yeah, I buy like 20 of them. I still got some, so I got.
I got a stockpile of supplies. I like buying in bulk, and you don't just buy felt pens. You buy boxes of felt pens, and for a while there, I was running out to Michael's every week and buying a pad of Bristol board paper, because they kept putting half off or buy one get one coupons in the paper. But you don't want to pay full price for that stuff.
No,
You can at all avoid it.
I had the benefit of having Lola at Michael's for a while.
Oh,
And,
really? Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh,
There you
it
go.
was great.
Shipment of Bristol boards come in, and all of a sudden they're no longer stocked.
And not and not just that, but I found out quickly that Michael's has a very strict policy on discarding things. So if the boards, they know how artists are. So if the boards came in and like the page or the cover was ripped or bent, Michael's would not. They would not clearance that out. They would just toss it. It was to be destroyed.
Well, good for you.
And so, or an employee could have it. So she would, I'll get this. So she would come home with like, boards and, you know, this paper and all types of stuff for me. Some stuff that I've never used because I didn't have to use it. I mean, there was a point I wish I would have known Dave at that point. Because I can't tell you how much canvas we threw away. Rolled canvas, gallery stretch canvas, just because I didn't know anybody who did a lot of painting besides my mother, and she doesn't need any canvas. She's no, I got enough. So
yeah, and then I went out and bought a bunch of supplies, and they're still sitting here.
Yeah. So yeah, but if art supplies are too much, we had somebody writing from INDIE Radio. They said that they, in their particular country, art supplies are really high. A graphite holder can cost about $15 to $20.
Wow.
Paper is expensive, and he asked me what do because he caught the Geekgasm stream last night and was inquiring about my multi-liners. Here's the thing about the multi-liners: only if you live, and I don't know about Canada, but from the limited research I did, only if you live in the United States are the multi-liners actually kind of worth it, because outside of the United States, the refills for the multi-liners cost about as much, if not more, than the disposable Copic markers.
Yeah.
Copic liners. So just buy the disposable ones. They do the same thing. I just bought the those are a gift, first of all. Those are a gift. And I did like them. I do like them because they're all steel and pretty and stuff. I am noticing some problems with them though. My 0.25 is already dried out.
Wow. Yeah.
That's no good. Can't have that. So yeah.
Are you talking like rapidographs?
Oh, it's the micron,
Multi-liners?
the Copic multi-liners, but yeah.
They used to sell a device for the rapidographs that was like a little bowl that would vibrate, and you had special fluid that you would put in there and throw the mechanics of the rapidograph into the bowl, and it would shake them and literally vibrate the ink out of the mechanical part of the pen.
Trico says, as a he meant writer, my only supplies are Rockstar Energy drink, printer, paper, and ink. The ink and paper are optional.
Yeah.
Look, ink is costly. Both of my printers here. Let me see. I don't know if I make it. I have two.
I haven't bought a pad of Bristol board in like 3 years.
Yeah, yeah.
But I still have a stack of them. So
I go through a ton of Bristol board,
I,
but
I have a stylus and a Wacom tablet, and I'm not afraid to use it.
I have two Epson printers here. I got a smaller one that I said, "Oh, I'm just gonna print documents on this one, and
Hmm.
I'll print like artwork and other stuff on this one."
Yeah,
And you know the price difference between them is freaking huge, but
yeah.
they're working together now because now they both decided that they're out of ink. Even though, so the smaller one's out of colored ink, the larger one's out of no, this larger one's out of colored ink, the smaller one's out of black ink. But they're all working together. They're both working together to get me to buy more.
That's because you have an Alexa in the house.
No, actually, what they do, and this guy does, he has a YouTube documentary on it. He used to work for one of the printing companies,
They
and he
talk to each
showed
other.
how they have these chips on the
On the toners,
yeah on the
on
toner
the toner
cartridges.
cartridges.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can see
your
them.
printer
Yeah.
is telling on you,
Yeah.
and your printer knows when to say, "Hey, that's not working." So he showed a little workaround, and he got sued by the printing companies. Like, look, your printer, your ink ribbon isn't out of ink yet. It's not. It's not out of ink.
Hmm.
There's still at least a good 50, 60 pages in there.
Yeah.
But they need you to go out and buy more.
Yeah.
And he says never give them your credit card for automatic reorders because you'll get ink.
When you don't expect it.
Yep, up the yazoo. And
Well, we know that you need one. Boom. Here you go.
yep, and you can order right through. I mean, like I can tell Epson right now to, I can go. I got a little link right here. I can click on it and tell her what ink to send me.
Just like the old porn sites used to do with your credit card number. They just keep hitting it until you told them to stop.
Please stop. I don't want this anymore. This is right.
Auto pay, pay, and pay, and pay.
Um, Rob says you don't use HP Instaprint. Yeah. I've never used HP Instaprint. I've been an Epson man for the last couple of years of my life. At least the last 12 years, I have some type of Epson printer. And this is a printer scanner, 11 by
mine-
17. Actually,
Mine's an,
feels,
mine's an HP, but I inherited it. So.
I think this is a little bit bigger than 11 by 17. I think
And the
it's a little
cartridges
bigger.
for that effort is really big, or is really expensive. So.
Yeah. I think mine scans a little bit bigger than 11 by 17, but the smaller one was just meant for documents and packages only when I'm, printing shipping labels to go out. Now it's, but yeah, they're both working in tandem. They don't like me. So, Randy, I want to ask you, because this is important. You got a con coming up this weekend.
I do.
What?
Be a good one. Great Lakes Con, Warren, Michigan.
What's the last time you ever felt any type of what's the word? Have you ever felt anxiety over going to a show?
What do you mean by anxiety?
Like, oh, I
You
gotta
ever
pack
not
this, I
want to
gotta
do
pack-
it? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's been a few of those. Oh, I got to do a con this weekend. I'm being slaughtered by deadlines. That's happened a lot.
Yeah.
So
You create a packing list at all? Like what? Like a little list of what all you have to pack.
no, I've never done that, and I have gotten to shows and have forgotten stuff. But I'm usually the guy that everybody comes up to and says, "Hey, you got any spare tape?
Yeah.
And you got a pair of scissors I can borrow for a second? Yeah, here. Whatever."
Yeah.
I usually pack it. You do this long enough, you have a little box. I've got a little Tupperware tub that I just throw everything in. And,
I've gotten to the point now where we bring everything.
You have a checklist?
I have a toolbox. Well, I have a toolbox that I bring, and the toolbox has everything in it. From at one point we stopped bringing this recently. We actually at one point had a knife. We have two box cutters in there, but we had a lighter. Big one of those, ones you. And I'm like, you know what? I don't think we're gonna ever need a lighter at Comic Con.
you never know.
But we have a lighter, several
With all the
screwdrivers.
drama flying, eventually you're going to have to set somebody's ass on fire.
um, we got so many things in that toolbox. We've got screwdrivers, bolts, tape. At one point we had staples. I know there's some. I know
Something's burning now.
we had what do we have? I think we had Band-Aids in there at one point too.
It's always good to carry a little first aid.
Yeah, and I'm gonna start carrying my Flasticons too. Danielle says I'm that go-to person. Yeah,
There we go.
yeah, I mean, what Danielle, do you carry do you carry like band-aids and like screwdrivers and stuff in your purse, like at the bottom? I will tell you this. Good friend of mine, or one of my best friends, she carries a big purse, huge purse, and I love going places with her because
Those aren't purses. Those are TARDISes.
yeah, yeah, it is. It's a huge.
My wife has a few TARDISes.
It's funny because this girl is a big fan of Doctor Who, so I buy her TARDIS stuff whenever we go out of town.
There you go.
But her purse is a TARDIS because if we get stranded, I want to get stranded with her because it's gonna be all types of Nutri-Grain bars at the bottom of the purse. There's gonna be some type of liquid. I know it. She likes to drink too, so I know she's got a flask.
Just like Phineas Fogg in Around the World in 80
Yeah,
Days.
yeah. So it's funny because I got a character that has the fifth dimension in her purse.
Yeah, yeah, I do too. Lindy Jacks,
Yeah.
my collector guy, he's got an infinity pouch
Yeah,
that he keeps his collection in at all times, carries it with him wherever he goes. Yeah.
and she has to reach in, kind of like
Yeah.
hope for what she wants.
My character usually dives in, so you see his feet hanging out.
Yeah. She just sticks her hand in her purse and pulls it out, and she's the only one that can put her hand in that purse.
They used to have Atlas Comics had a character that was the Destroyer. I think the creator guy. I think it was David Anthony Kraft moved him over to Marvel, called him Demon Hunter for a while. He had a cape that he could reach in and pull anything out, just like Secret Squirrel's overcoat. Whenever Secret Squirrel opened his overcoat, he had the weapon that he needed right there, like a flasher. It's right there in the pocket. Yeah.
They had, but I like it because I can go places with her and I know that I'll be okay. She might even have a weapon in there. Danielle, any weapons in that purse?
Probably
Any
has
weapons?
a couple. Yeah.
And
It's
do
always
you?
good to be prepared.
Oh, see, then that's the thing. Yeah, they have to be prepared. I mean, as a woman, I probably have all type of weapons in my purse. But
Yep.
the only problem is, you go to so many places, and they want to search. And at the times we live in, they have to search you. I get that. It's for everyone's safety, so that's important. But I've seen impromptu. And you gotta look in your purse. Like, oh crap. You gotta go back out to the car and drop your purse off because you got a machete in your purse.
A whole machete?
A whole machete that we got to go.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? They don't. I don't know, Randy. Do you think that they have, in this day and age, well, first of all, I was sent a message on Facebook from someone watching. They're not purses. They're handbags. So they're handbags.
Right. I'm sorry. Yep.
I don't carry a purse. I carry a handbag.
Purses are for the husband's balls. Anyway. Danielle says you just never know if somebody needs something. I work at the hospital, and I have like a bunch of soup and snack bars in my locker for all the nurses and PCAs. I said at least they won't starve. And yes, scissors.
See, scissors. You're carrying scissors in your purse.
Yep.
I mean, you cut somebody with, you can. And you never know. Somebody, could you cut this for me? Yeah, sure. I got some scissors.
Yep.
Yeah. You might have to cut someone's. If it's an accident.
I do know they'll stop you at the airport if they catch them on you. They'll take them from you.
Yeah, Lola had to throw away the really pretty knife because she didn't realize she had it on at the airport, and we had to go, so she had to throw it away. Very pretty knife. Chris Evans says, glad I caught the stream this morning. I usually don't see them and have to catch them on the replay. Thanks, Chris. We appreciate it.
We appreciate you catching us any way you can find us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Especially on YouTube and Facebook. We're on Twitch now. Yeah, we really appreciate it. Now,
hopefully we'll get up on Spotify again here one of these days.
Yeah, one day.
We still have one sitting up there, but
one day soon. Yeah. I promise.
But Indie Volt Radio is enough. Thank you. We appreciate all of our Indie Volt Radio listeners from
yeah.
around the
Right
world.
now we are sitting at 811. 811. I wish that I can.
We're breaking those 4 digits real easy anymore. It's all good. The
Yeah,
audience is
yeah.
climbing.
Yeah, they like listening
We
to us
must
and
be
find
we
out
must be somewhat entertaining.
what we're talking about. And the Breakfast Brothers is a really weird show. So here's the thing: we're gonna put the join link out there, and we're gonna see who pops in. We're gonna see who pops in. I don't.
It'll be in the chat. So
I don't suspect.
You're welcome to join us if you want. If not, then we're just going to keep gabbing.
Yeah,
So
let's see here. All
there's
right.
plenty to talk about. Welcome to the wonderful comics industry. Indie
Yeah.
comics.
So, Randy, let's we can look in real quick. Let's look in on some friends of ours and their Kickstarter campaigns.
Oh, I thought we were going to. Is he there? Hey, I know he broadcast a couple times last night. So.
Did he?
Yeah, let's check. No, still not there. Damn it.
All right, here we go. Don't mind my page, it's still in Japanese.
Is your page still? You should just tell me what you want to hook up. We'll set them up. I can set them up on this end. You won't have to look at the Kenji.
Hey, Rob.
Not that our friends over in Japan can't read it, so they're listening on the radio.
Yeah.
Unless they're unless they're on YouTube. So.
What the heck? Okay, well, he's at $4,786.
Yeah.
The $6,000 goal up.
So he
from
climbed
where
a little
he's at.
bit.
Yeah, climbed a little bit.
We gave
7
him a
days
bit
left
of
on
a
that
boost.
campaign.
Yeah, 7 days left. Yeah. What's his goal? 6,000.
6,000.
Let's hope they get there.
Yeah. I is there any, Rob? You've done Kickstarters. Is there any way to go in there just at all or nothing?
Nope. Once you sign up for it, you're done.
Good morning, Rob. By the way.
Good morning, Randy. Randy, I actually came on just to ask you: do you have a particular picture you want me to use to promote your appearance this weekend?
No, just anyone you find, as long as it's somewhat presentable.
All right, cool. But yeah, you can't change anything, Randy.
Can
What?
use the angry one of me holding the large pencil? That's fine.
All right, I'll dig it out.
Zimmerman was trending last night on Twitter for all the wrong reasons.
Who? What, me?
Zimmerman was trending last night on Twitter.
Oh, let's hope not. Usually when that happens, it's that idiot George, who I
Yeah.
am no relation to,
Yeah, it was
going out
trending.
there and
Well, it
doing
scares
crap
me.
he shouldn't be doing.
It scares me because I'm on the Indie Vote Twitter and then I see Zimmerman tweeting. And whenever I see anybody trending, I'm like, oh my God, they're dead. Then I realize, wait a minute. Oh, they're talking about George. Never mind. Is he
Yeah.
dead? Do you get happy?
Yeah, George. Yeah.
Is he dead?
Oh. Anyway,
Yeah, and it's never. He's
don't get me started. I am no relation, and I've had to tell a lot of people that.
Danielle says, yes, I have to throw away my nice knife. I'm actually going to I'm going to Greyhound this morning. I have to make sure I don't have anything with me. Where you headed to, Danielle? What people don't know is that Danielle and I went to high school together.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
She went to the same high school as me, 10th grade. I was sweet on her. And she finally got enough of my BS and dumped me. But she's been she went to the same high school as me, so she has a lot of dirt on me, man. We might have to kick her out the chat.
Not really. She's
Yeah,
always.
we won't get rid of her.
We can put up with it.
Yeah.
Only if you harass him. That's good.
Yeah.
Drag up the past.
Yeah. Let's not do that. I'll go dipping around the comic community. You might know Randy Zimmerman. He's all of a sudden I start replacing your name on certain people's articles.
He's that guy that wrote Two Gun Kid, isn't he? Rawhide Kid. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote Rawhide Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He grew Rawhide Kid. Look what he did to him.
There used to be a Zim that worked for Dark Horse there for a little while too.
Yeah. We got getting the game with comic anthology though. 120 backers. I'm guessing that's what this says because I'm reading in Japanese.
Yeah, that's what that says.
120 backers. 7 days left to get in this campaign. Pat is very, very happy and very excited about getting this project to you. So please, if you haven't thought about it, or if you have thought about it, you got 7 days to back this campaign. It really is a nice, in terms of just the way it's put together. The stories aren't, I mean, they're video game based, but there's some really heartfelt stories in there, and I think that anybody who buys it, if you got a video game fan in your life, they'll definitely enjoy it. Next.
You're ahead of me now.
Okay. Oh, do you have something you want to bring up?
All right. No, I just called up get in the game. That's all.
Okay. Can you call up? Because all of Rob, you don't have any campaigns open right now, do you?
Yeah, remember I got the survey.
That's right. Yeah, you did. That's right. The survey. Did you just launch that one?
Yeah, 2 or 3 days ago
Yeah.
before the awards. I only did it because honestly, we've had every year we've been on Kickstarter on Valentine's Day, so it was more of a just me doing it to do it. We're on until March 17th, so I actually hadn't promoted it till yesterday.
She's going to
Yeah.
Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana is home of Michael Jackson. Are you going by Michael Jackson's house? Are you going by Michael Jackson's house? Are you gonna see Michael? Um, Rob, why do you launch so many Kickstarters? And I got another question for you. Why in the heck?
Heck,
Why in the heck do you guys launch so many Kickstarters really close to each other? Really close to each other. Do you ever talk to some people and say, "Hey guys, I'm launching a Kickstarter on this day. February 20th, 2020. I'm launching this Kickstarter. I'm gonna decimate everybody. Don't launch like for instance, who is it? Who is it? Is it not Billy Tusi? What's his name? Brian Polito. Do you like not post when you know Brian Polito's getting ready to launch a Kickstarter?
that's a good question. I really,
No one intimidates me, but I also do low goals, like you said in the past. Like I'm very strategic about what I'm doing. The 100 just actually the reason I did the 100 so close to this one was because literally Kickstarter said, "Hey, use our platform to make money." So I was like, well, "Why not? I'll do a short campaign that was only supposed to last 2 weeks, and I screwed up the date. Going back to you can't fix anything ever. I couldn't make it run shorter, so I had to run the whole thing. But mind you, all the books from that campaign have been fully delivered. I only got the money from Kickstarter yesterday, but we had already given everything out. Everything had already been delivered for over a week before I even got any of the money from the platform. So I don't start another one until I've fulfilled my last one. It's just a rule. But the last one was so much of a just here's what I've created in the past. It didn't matter. And this new one is an experimental book that I didn't know what to expect. Why so many Kickstarters? It's expensive to be a creator, Varian. I can't do fan art. There's no cheap way for me as a creator to get some money. I can't just draw Superman and make some money to make the books. You know how expensive these books get. So
Yeah.
Kickstarter is a great way to make money quickly, get you on the road, and start selling things. So people like our good friend Larry can say that I'm in a niche market, and I can keep fueling that niche market.
Um, Sorry about that. I just got a Starling text message, and I wanted to
a startling text message.
Starling text message about Lois show. So. Hey, it's Jax.
Yeah, he's so homesick with the flu.
Nah, poor baby.
Actually, he should have gone to school. They have a rule. I don't know if it's up there. If he has a fever within 24 hours of school, I have to keep him home.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we have that up here.
know-
My granddaughter is currently going through that now. She caught the flu.
Yeah.
The school up here has
She's
this
been
weird
home all
thing.
week.
If he rolls up, he has to go home for 2 days. That day and the day after.
After, yeah.
And if he throws up, so he figured out if he just fakes throwing up, like, so what he would start doing was he would like take cereal in his pocket, and he put the cereal up and he get it nice and wet and everything, and then I threw up, and I had to go get his ass from school, and yeah, so I just the teachers on the teachers they're wise to it now. Daniel says
Only takes a couple times.
I always visit over there. My dad's family is from there, and I'm in Beatrice's wedding. Yeah, if you got family in
go.
Indiana, we go to Indiana quite a bit. Traveling from
As fast
I go
as
all
possible.
over.
No, just kidding.
I go all over, man. I'm so, but I've never had a good Comic Con in Indiana.
Really? Never.
Never. Now the first show I ever did in Indiana was Kokomo Con. Then I did another one in Vive. And then I did another show. And then I did Fantasticon. So I never.
So maybe it's your track record, not the conventions. Is that what
It
you're
could be,
saying?
yeah. Because I understand that Imagineering puts on a hell of a show in Indiana. It's on Easter weekend though, and
Yeah.
if I try to go out of town on Easter weekend, there's gonna be repercussions. There's gonna be serious repercussions here.
Was there somebody else's campaign that you wanted to look at?
I did. I want to bring up Rob's campaign. Early in
Rob,
the
can you
morning.
bring that up?
He may be doing
He's
dad
not
stuff
there.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got. We can share this screen. I have our friend of the broadcast, Anthony Figaro,
Mm-hmm.
God's Hand. Yeah, even though it's in demand right now, he was aiming for 10. He got 11 and a half.
Wow.
So
11
that's all
and a,
good. For that, we're waiting on the fulfillment of that book.
11 and a half. Yeah, that's
It's all good.
Yeah, that book will be fulfilled soon. I think
Yeah.
he was on the show last. He was on the show about 2
That's
weeks
why
ago.
he hasn't been on a regular basis. It's because he's busy working on the book.
Yeah, he was on about 2 weeks ago, and he said that he would. I think he's pushing it back to April. I think he said April. And he's on.
I think that's what he said. We have an update here. We did it. We did it, everyone.
That was 2 months ago. Yeah,
Yeah, it was. Oops.
yeah. He's got to get that update on there. So people
He
know.
does. Need to stay transparent, stay up to date.
Yeah. You know, that's one of the things about this industry. When you are crowdfunding, you have to be transparent and let people know where the money's going, how's it being spent. If there was a issue with, is that the yeah.
Respect backer privacy. What?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. If there was an issue, people demand and deserve transparency when it comes to that because they're giving you the money to fund a project. When they don't demand transparency is when you are using your own funds to take care of something. I've had a few people demand transparency out of me for spending my own money because last call we've never gone to crowdfunding. Nothing's wrong with crowdfunding, but we've never gone. I put my own money behind these books, and I've had people come to me thinking that they deserve some type of transparency, and to them I say, well, it's too early in the morning type of language, and the kids here. So, but there are people that need to understand that only when you're crowdfunding do you get that type of transparency. See, Rob's got he's sharing this. Rob, this is a new backer policy.
Well, I wanted to bring this up because remember we've talked about Marcel Dupree a lot.
Yeah.
For a long time, I've known he uses. Because a lot of people ask me. For the record, any creator can build an email list by buying email lists. Mm-hmm. So when you wonder, well, how does Marcel Dupree stay in business if everyone's outing him? We're only able to out him on Facebook. Unless we can get a bigger net, you wind up missing out on a lot of people. And this is what Kickstarter figured out, that people are selling email lists now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how someone is staying, basically ripping people off because he uses a bigger well. And I mean, he does take the credit of what he does. He gets very talented people to work with them. The downside is that those talented people wind up getting burnt. So they have a lot of trouble. We had, Infinitive Punishment. I think it was Marcelo was his name. He wound up dying, and I'm drawing a blank on his name because I'm still not fully over the flu myself. But he spent the rest of his life literally making up for Marcel Dupree. And he died still feeling like he had to prove himself. And that's a horrible thing. So I'm glad to see Kickstarter actually do something about this because we all wondered why Kickstarter wasn't doing something about Marcel Dupree. So I thought this was an interesting thing to show you guys.
So you have to click on these. Let me read those real quick. I will only use information to fulfill awards on this Kickstarter project and nothing else. I will never abuse, sell, or share details of the backer report without direct consent. I will only share this information with my collaborators when it is absolutely necessary to fulfill this project's awards. I understand that I am accountable for their actions. I will never download or view the backer report on a shared computer, and I will delete the file once I've delivered all the awards in my project. So you have to click on this before you can even open a project.
Well, you just to be boop. Don't watch that for a second.
Okay.
Move that.
There must have been a lot of problems.
Yeah,
for them to raise this
do
up.
that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it actually opened me here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem with Kickstarter. Sometimes it doesn't respond quickly.
Yeah.
So that's been a problem for a long time.
Which is weird because they have somebody that they've hired specifically to watch over the comic projects, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I put your screen back up now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Now this is your project. $140. You're already over your goal. Rob asked for low goals just so. Because he's gonna print the books. A lot like me, he puts his money behind his book, so he's gonna print them anyway.
Yeah.
But getting that Kickstarter awareness out there helps. So this is Rob's new project. This is the one that comes with the survey,
Yeah,
Uh,
this was the survey we were talking about.
are you now? This one is gonna go April 2020. So, the last project, have those books shipped yet?
Yeah, they're done, dude.
Yeah, they're done.
Already at
Okay.
the door. Already, everyone's gotten them. I even double checked with a few people, especially the bigger ticket items. I
Hmm.
like to try to follow up with the bigger ticket items. Hey,
Explain to
did you
me.
get it?
Explain to me how that works, Rob. Do you do your own fulfillment?
I do my own fulfillment. I don't trust anyone. We had one company fulfill our books, and I was very disappointed by it. And that was with a mutual project. It wasn't a direct mine, and it wasn't my call for it.
Yeah.
I said I could have done it better, and I, to this date, could have done it better. And luckily, all the books did get out, but we wound up losing 60 books, and that's something that your project winds up eating. 60 books, and there was no explanation why they were missing. So I like
Have
to
a
do my fulfillment, and I don't.
have a great day. I'm sorry. Have a great day. Make sure that you stay safe on that trip.
Yes.
Um,
Take care.
you lost 60 books, Rob. That could,
Yeah.
I mean, when you, I mean, 60 books. I'm just gonna do a print on
120.
demand. Yeah,
At least 120 bucks gone.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
listening to Zach, who said that he does that now with overseas misplaced books. He'll just refund the money
Yeah.
because he's found that he can send out another book and that also will disappear.
Mm.
Well,
if
you
he's-
get with
But if
custom.
he, yeah, that too, because there's so many hands in between because it's going overseas.
Or they Zach Thomas you, and they open your books, they flip through them, and they discover, oh, well, we don't like what it's in your book, so I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
I mean, Zach found, and I really feel really bad I didn't put enough spotlight on that when it happened. Um, and I know Rob did the same thing too. Somebody went into Zach's. He was fine. Somebody went into his books, didn't like the material in his comics, and ruined them all. I mean, they shredded his books, tore them up. This is TSA,
Yeah,
And-
this isn't mailing. This is the
right?
the airport security people. Yeah.
Right. But I also understand that we got people that will go through your mail, like especially if you're sending media mail, it's subject to be open.
Yeah. I've
So
had a
some-
couple of mine open.
Yeah. So do people get mad at you, Rob, and say, "Have you ever had a problem with post office? Like you're shipping BDSM and you're shipping."
No, because there's a loophole to my book that they can't fight, and that's that it's educational. I had a fight with not fight, a lively discussion with a teller behind the post office, who I went to do media mail, and she opened the box right in front of me, and she's like, "Well, this is a comic book." I'm like, "No, it's a graphic novel."
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Well, it looks like a comic book to me." And I'm like, "It doesn't matter what it looks like; it's what it is. What is the criteria for media mail? Why can I send something that is a graphic novel?" She's like, "It has to be educational. My books are educational. They can't stop that. They can't limit that. So my books actually fall under the radar."
Yeah.
And even The Advocator is a communal book, which is about a community of creators. So it falls under cracks. You got to just know the rules. Basically, you can't send media mail if it has an ad in it. The ad can't be related to what you're doing. So I can put my printer on my book and not worry about it. They can have an ad because they're part of it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't sell you Indie Vault an ad
Right.
because then I'm making money, and then it becomes something that would not be media mail. So you just got to know the rules, and everyone gets it wrong. And they had a manager brought over, and to this date, no one messes with me at the office because I won the argument. But I mean, in the same breath, I sent 20 books to my creator of, and they call us monsters, for the second book, A Monster of a Screw, and he never got them. And I asked the post office, I tracked it because there was no information, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, we can't find it, so we'll give you the $50 because it wasn't media mail."
Yeah.
And I was like, $50 won't cover really reprinting because you can't just print
Yeah.
the amount of books that I had for $50. And I realized there was nothing I could do about it. I was just going to lose that battle, and I got the money and whatever. To this date, I'm going to have to send them more trades because like you said, sometimes you're afraid to send them back out because the same package, my other artist for Barbara 3 didn't get his package and they were sent out at the same time. So like you said, did someone just see the books and decide that my books were crap and just threw them out? We live in a culture now where people are making, CEO decisions in the mailroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Evans says, the TSA shredded his books. Wow, that's crazy. then he says, I was looking and doing fulfillment for people, and the woman at the post office kept telling me graphic novels wasn't media mail. I went back, and she still argued with me and was mad. It needs, from what I understood, it's if it contains an ad, it cannot go media mail.
Yeah, if it's a
Ad,
book,
yeah,
if it's a book, they have to take it. But yeah, it's all the ad thing. My recommendation to you, Chris, is to run over to another post office
yeah, yeah.
and
Run on
just
to
mail
another
it.
post office. Um, yeah,
Especially if she's not, if she's going to be bullheaded, you know.
And don't
Sure.
be afraid to talk to the managers.
Yeah,
They're there
that
for a
too.
reason.
yeah. You might even have to go above her and call. They got a customer service number.
Yeah.
Give them a call and say, hey, I was at this particular post office. Give them the number, or at least the address. But every post office I think has a number. Give
Yeah.
them the number and then just tell them what what was said and what happened. The thing is, this industry is we're finding different ways to get out to people, and it's very hard to get out to people and get it's hard, but we have to do our own shipping. We have to do our own. We don't have to. You could pay somebody to do it, but when we do those things, we got to find a way to make it profitable for us. I mean, I got a book to send out, and look, I tell you right now, shipping for last call books is $7.10 for one book. I feel horrible about that. I feel horrible about that for customers, and I've tried to find other ways to make that cheaper for them. Media mail is a lot cheaper, but unfortunately, it's not always allowed. But at my post office, they do allow because they know me. So I walk in there. What is this? It's a book.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's subject to be open. Go ahead and open it. But I let them know you open it though. I need to be retaped.
Yeah, really.
But if you go in there and they're all nicely packed packages, they don't give a damn. Just here. Especially another thing you could do, and I've told people this, stamps.com.
Yeah.
Stamps.com. The postman comes and picks it up from you. He scans it in. It's in the system. It's done. If you got to take it to the post office, you run a risk of having an issue. Now, using stamps.com, you don't want to be like some people, like Ethan or your boy Zach, and having to send out
Thousands.
thousands.
Yeah.
You're gonna figure out something then. But if you're sending out 10 to 20 a week, or you just close the campaign and you can send out 10, 20 a day, you might be okay.
Well, I could almost promise you by this time next year there will be a fulfillment service out there looking to take on comic projects for fulfillment, done by creators here in the field. In fact,
Oh, it's already happening.
I think John Malin is prepping one up now.
Yeah, there's a couple. My printer's about to start doing that, actually.
Yeah.
There's money. Kablam does it, too.
You have to be careful about your printer wanting to do your fulfillment for you. You don't want another Jeff Hicks situation.
Yeah, I don't. I see that's my problem. And I know my printer. I would trust them, but still, the minute your hands aren't involved in something, you can't answer the questions right away.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. I don't want to have to call someone to answer a question.
Yeah.
And I don't want a viral campaign. And I've said this in the past. Viral campaigns scare me because I know a lot of, and Randy probably knows this, you get in over your head with viral campaigns because you didn't do the money the way that you thought you had to. International shipping suddenly puts you into thousands of dollars of debt.
Yeah.
Every advocator we ran, we went into debt for. There's not one advocator that we did, despite raising it was like $1,500 at least for each one of them. Each one of those projects, I had to come out of pocket. So did Travis. So even at lower things, you get burnt with international shipping, especially printing happens, packaging costs, and even just mailing. Even with media mail, that adds up. 100 people at media mail is $500 in shipping, and a lot of creators don't realize this. They think they're going to buy a stamp.
Yeah. Yeah.
They charge $10, but they don't really mean it because I get a little nervous when I see someone charging $5 and offering free shipping. I'm like, I'm never seeing that book.
Yeah.
There's a book I'm not seeing, because especially if it gets popular, they're never going to make their money.
Yeah.
I know how they're doing it. I know the math behind it, and I know how quickly they screw up. And guess what? They all screw up, and there's always delays.
Oh, man. Rob, what do you do? I'm going to a similar situation right now where books aren't reaching a quite a not a big number of books aren't reaching their intended destination and haven't reached there yet, and obviously there's frustration on both sides. But how do you handle that?
What do you use to ship them? Out of curiosity.
Well, these would be coming from the printer.
Oh,
Now,
they're coming from the printer.
now I will say this: I've been made aware over last what is it, a couple of days, Randy?
what?
Last couple of days I've been. It's been. I know I talked to you about last couple of days. What I've heard about the printer. It was like 2 days, 3 days ago. I heard that the printer actually had pushed a lot of books to be printed overseas. Well, with the coronavirus spreading, or COVID-19, whatever you want to call it now,
Got them with their pants down again.
there's no shipping out of China right
Yeah.
now. Very limited shipping, if anything.
Yep.
Books aren't a priority to be
No.
shipped out.
I know
So,
a lot of indie creators got caught when Trump announced that he was going to raise tariffs in China. Everything just went to a standstill.
yeah, and now with this virus, everything is at a standstill.
Yeah,
So
again.
books are just sitting there. See this C2E2 weekend. Well, next week is C2E2 weekend. I want to know how they'll be affected too. People who order and rubbing their hands together, they might not get those books.
Yeah.
And now the printer has to do them themselves, and now they're seriously backlogged. But how do you handle that when a book does not? When a book doesn't, when the books don't go out to the people they're supposed to get to, so you got your creator. You were sending him a number of books. They didn't arrive. What'd you say? You lost 60 books.
Well, that was the different campaign for my creator. I sent them 25 books, and I was printing through Kablam, so they were about $3 a shot.
Mm.
So imagine how happy I was to find out about it. Now he's cool. We're working on a project. Actually, he has his project, which I wrote for him, which was very different to be a writer and not a creator and writer. So we just made the agreement because I'm going to turn the Monsters book into a trade at one point this year, probably. That I would just send him a couple extra trades to make up for it. But I mean, you get burnt. As far as not fulfilling, there's no such thing for me. My first campaign, we were supposed to use, Kraken printing.
Yeah.
Do I need to say anything more at this point?
No. Yeah.
So we were going to use Kraken. We had everything lined up. They even had to, because of the content, they wanted to read the book. So I had no problem with that. We gave them the book. It was finished. They said they would do it. 1 week after the Kickstarter, they're not returning me emails. Up to 4 weeks later, and we're about to be late. They're not returning my emails. So what am I supposed to do? My first campaign is done. I don't have a printer now. There's no way I can get any of these books done in time. What do you think I did, Variant?
Refund the money?
Nope. I went to Amazon, which I uploaded the book to, and I gave every backer an Amazon copy because I'm an Amazon Prime member. I saved on shipping. But each one of those copies, even though I marked it down, because you, as a creator, you can mark down the prices of the book. So I sold them for I think I got it down to as low as $5 because Amazon wanted to sell the original release of, the old title. I won't say because it's early in the morning, but the original title was a lot more risque. So they priced it at 15. So I got it down, I think, to about 6 with a coupon, quote unquote.
Right.
And so $6 at a shot to 100 backers.
As a publisher, let me ask you guys and tell me what your feelings on this is. You guys know I publish comics. You guys know I draw comics. I write them. But what would you say? What would either of you say if I said, "Hey guys, got a store, got a little warehouse. I've got a printer. And, we talked about this. Like I said, if you want posters printed, I can do those. But I said I got a print. I got a web press. I'm gonna start printing comics. Would at some point, isn't there a conflict of interest?
No, I don't think so.
Would you not be concerned? Well, you're a publisher, you're a printer. I mean, is distribution next for you? And it is. But I mean,
All depends on how you're doing business.
Yeah.
Because if you're like Peter Cimetti, Peter tells he has a partnership program where you can get comics printed and newsprint incredibly cheap, and in good number. And he tells everybody you are literally the bottom part of my my publishing press when I'm running books. So there's no, I can't promise you a schedule. I can't promise you a definite release date. I can give you an approximate, and then it's best of luck. If you can land, on that printing press, on that plate, your book will be done. And in the meantime, it's, I could have it, he could have it in a week, he could have it in a month.
Right.
So it all depends on how you do business. If you're printing your own stuff, obviously your stuff's become a priority to you. You get your stuff done first, you know. Unless you were like me with Arrow Comics, I was always doing everybody else's book before I did mine. But you just watch how you do business. That's all. Stay transparent.
Yeah, I agree with Randy.
I'm saying, guys, just hear me out on this one. All it takes is a small loan, okay? Free local pickup. We can purchase ourselves this Zcon 5000 plus digital web press with consumables. So they're gonna give us weed, guys. Consumables.
That's edibles, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, they probably won't put edibles up there, but yeah. I mean, we can buy one. We can start.
Sure. Yeah, you can buy that press now. And then when it breaks down, you have to pay the guy $125 an hour to come out and fix it.
Why are you being are you related to Lola?
Yeah.
It's a dream destroyer.
No, that's because Lola is practical. That's all. Lola, it's a literally a yin and yang type relationship. You're the crazy one who goes, "Hey, let's buy a big printer," and she goes, "Hey, let's not, because if it breaks down, the guy's $125 an hour to come out and fix it."
Yeah, 30
plus airfare, plus hotel room.
Well, I do know how to fix printing machines, Varian. Just as a heads up.
So I have to fly you up.
Yeah.
I have to fly you up.
I work for Prince.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna fix this, but you're gonna owe me. Yeah. I get 28 drums and 7 supply screens and supplies wire. Is that what it is? I have no idea what some of that stuff is, but
then you have to learn how to use it.
Yeah. It's
yeah. If you really want to go crazy, I sent you our potential publishing studio. So.
Yeah.
45,000 square feet plus a bar.
Yeah.
There we go. All we need is the printing equipment, which obviously you're already looking into.
Yeah.
And the liquor license.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
We'll print comics and drink all day.
It could be the next CrossGen. Let people sleep right there on premises.
CrossGen, I remember reading articles when CrossGen was closing. And I remember the guy said, "I'm literally locked in the office right now."
Yeah.
People are beating on my door wanting to know where their money's at.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was a scary couple of days, it seems like.
Yeah.
I feel bad for what happened there at CrossGen, but they tried doing things a little bit of a different way. Randy, were they sabotaged? Or just bad management?
I am not privy to the inner workings of CrossGen, but sitting outside of the of the company, looking at the type of products that they were doing and a lot of the inroads that they were making, it would not surprise me if something, blew up internally, corporately on that, kind of like the Malibu Comics situation. Disney ended up buying CrossGen. I'm not sure if it was a mercy buying or whatever. I know it got the guy, I think, out of his debt. But they own all of those properties, none of which they're using.
Yeah.
So, that raises a red flag. Just like Marvel buying Malibu, and all of those properties are no longer in use. So
Yeah. They don't have those books anymore.
I want to address Chris here that chimed in. Says his post office is 45 minutes away. It's just like this one because it's within walking distance. He likes that one. It's within, of course, because it's within walking distance. I think she was the postmaster. Chris, if you think she's the postmaster, maybe you should both dig up the rule book and don't be abusive or mean to her or abrasive. That's the word I was looking for. You don't want to be abrasive to her, but just quietly go over the rules and see if maybe she's wrong. Yeah, and then once she figures out she's wrong, then she'll leave you alone.
Again, that or try stamps.com. Try going around her.
Yep.
because once stamps.com receives it and they package it, or you package it, I don't think the post office wants to touch it at that point. We want to bring up this right here. Also, friends of the show. And we're going to go back to Rob's book too, because I don't think you really. But Grim Reaper 2 from John and Carla.
At least that one's not in Japanese.
No, this one's Indiegogo. Indiegogo didn't show in Japanese for me. It's
Oh, okay.
only Kickstarter campaign is running from Japanese for me. For
Grim
some reason.
Reaper 2 is still sitting at 1,796. We really need to move that up because it's a very professional product. I hope you, if you're out there listening and you're looking for a good crowdfunding read, that you look at Grim Reaper 2 because it's a good product.
Yep. We had the artist on, Carla. I cannot pronounce her last name. But
We had
yeah.
Carla on, and hopefully she'll be back on soon with her husband because the two of them put the book together.
This is their book. You can get a is it the printed copy? Is physical copy is $25. Looks like you get two of them. Is it two? I can't tell. Let me see. Let me click there. Physical copy of second issue. Physical copy of the spinoff. That's right. The Grim Reaper and then the Curse of the Medallion.
Yeah.
$25 plus shipping and handling. The book comes out in June 2020. So, husband and wife team putting this book together. It is sitting at $1,796. It has reached its goal. Had a goal of 500, so they've gone over that. But so you know they have funded, but you know they could always use more. This book deserves more. So please, if you looking for a, like Randy said, a good read, check out Grim Reaper 2. It is on Indiegogo. And then we have Mr. Anderson's. I won't bring his screen up because look, he's looking behind the scenes right now of his campaign. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. I'm not gonna dox him. I've doxed all of his backers. Is that the safe page? Is that a safe page?
Is what a safe page?
I'm looking at in the green room at what he's looking at, and I'm like, is that a safe page or is that? Because I don't want to dox anybody.
While you're doing that, I want to say hello to Alexandria Hennings, if she's out there still listening. She was over on my page and liked it. Same thing with Ted Valley, who still owes me a beer. Actually, he probably owes me a six-pack by now. But hey, buddy, please drop that off at your earliest convenience. And hey, Robert W. Hickey is also was also over at my Facebook page, and I hope he's listening in too. Robert, you're always welcome. In fact, we'd love to have you on sometime.
Calvin Boyd Carlson, who likes Indie Volt.
He's got a lot of experience too in a lot of different aspects of the comic market that we might not be privy to. He had Blue Line Pro and Sketch Magazine for a while. He's got stories.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll definitely have to have more. I remember ordering.
Yeah, Robert, if you're out there, you're welcome. Get back in touch with us if anytime you want to come on. We'll promote your stuff. Well, and he's working on stuff. I don't know if I can talk about it, but he's talked to me in passing a little while ago that he was working on a little something. So it might be a good time to have him on.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. He's got some history and some stuff he can talk about that we haven't been privy to. So
He's one of those comics entrepreneurs.
yeah,
Who's out there always looking to stretch and be independent. So you got to respect that. At least I respect it greatly. So
I was trying to find
what are we looking for?
I was trying to find Skull Busters that Sim talked about yesterday,
Yeah.
but they cannot find it. Crowdfunding. I think we're just. I don't think it's. Maybe it's not crowdfunding right now. Maybe it's just he just put the video out.
Ted says I carry a utility belt. That still doesn't explain the beer gut, but thanks.
All
for
right,
that.
Varian, it's ready to go. I just made an update to it.
Okay. All right. You over there on the side. Ready? Here we go.
Is it that one?
So,
That's
yeah.
that one.
Yeah. Here you go.
There you
It's
go.
a lot of text.
Well, it's all the different things that are inside the book without actually showing the. Because if I put up a form, people are just going to copy it and print it.
Yeah.
So then I'm missing most of the intellectual property behind it. And I know at one point someone's just going to upload it and start printing it, which it is what it is over the grand scheme of life. But
So now, You pledge $1 more, you get a short by Mr. Anderson. So you all, even with the give me $1
They
thing,
get them.
you get something.
Yeah.
Which some people don't do.
I don't want charity. I want people to support me, and if I can get them to read what I'm doing, then I'm winning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, if they're not reading it, I'm losing.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Walk us through the tiers, Rob.
Oh, they're not that exciting for this one because this is a new. See, this is the one book in the series that can stand alone, and I'm actually debating it launching its own series depending on how the feedback is for this. Because basically, this is. I mean, everyone's taken a survey that you had a girlfriend or you've seen something in a magazine where you start reading things and you start going, "Hey, maybe I could be into that," but no one had ever made something as in our community. This is not a new idea. But no one has done it the way that I did it. I looked at it from someone who's been in the community for over 20 years and built something up. So I didn't want to put a lot of bells and whistles on it. Like you get a copy and fill it out for 10. You get the advocating PDF, all 3 issues, which is the advocator. Because there's some people who want to support me that aren't into fetish, so I invite them in. It's always good to have the door open to help someone who wants to support you, even if they don't like your current project. Play partner pack, you get 2 different issues, so you could do it with your partner, and each one of you can fill out your own different copy. What else we got the angelic. So the angelic print is actually the award-winning, and I'm so thrilled to say this, the award-winning book, Cat Dad and Supermom, but I can't mention it by name in this particular Kickstarter. But you can get that book through me, and a lot of people have always asked me to have things like that. And the angelic PDF reward, which I'm not sure why it's 15. I gotta look at that. I think that's just a typo. I just noticed talking to you guys. That should only be about $3 because that's just the PDF of that book. And I don't know why it's 15. Probably just copy and pasted and didn't pay attention. I was dealing with another man of a situation. It was a real dork problem. And it kind of distracted me when I was launching this. 100 backers, alt covers. So some of the alt covers on this are actually pretty badass. I won't show that one too much because that might get you a little trouble, but let me show you the alt cover. Okay, so this is the standard cover. We have this new cover, which is from Mike Seeley. We wanted to give it more of a PG vibe to it, like not PG, but like PG-13. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing in this picture that you can't display around people. But if you look in the background, there are little hidden details that kind of lead you toward it, and it won't have Barbara Unleashed when we print it. And then we have this one, which came out of Inktober, believe it or not. Yeah, it's a random cover. It has nothing to do with the story. But, an artist made it, and I was like, hey, do you mind if I use it as a cover? And I'll throw you 5 copies for it, put it on your table, make some money, because it was just going to be thrown away then, It was an Inktober thing. He's like, yeah, do what you got to do. So I made a cover out of it. We also have another cover, which I have not released yet, but you might have seen it on social media because I've been hinting to it, and we're actually got to put it in today because it was our first stretch goal. I don't like stretch goals. Stretch goals sounds like pandering. I either want people to back the projects they want it or they don't. I'm not a big stretch goal person. I'm not going to offer free handcuffs for you to back my book. It's just not going to happen,
No branded Barbara Unleashed handcuffs. You're missing out.
No, I'm thinking about doing them. But I would have to actually have someone make them specifically for us to follow Kickstarter's rules. You can't just sell handcuffs because then you're reselling a merchandise material. You have to have them redesigned for Barbara Unleashed.
A redesign is simply like not embroidery, but in engraving. I know they got engraving companies down there, and as long as the surface is flat, they're engraving on. I know a place up here, they do it for like $2 a unit.
Yeah, you could do that. You gotta get the cuffs. So by the time you're done, you're looking to, because I wouldn't get cheap cuffs because I wouldn't want anyone saying that I gave them a cheap pair of cuffs. Talking about a $50 ticket item for it to make sense for me. And I don't know if I'm at that point where I'm ready.
What are you looking for? Jersey steel cuffs? Jeez, let's get some. Let's go to Wish. Download.
Variant. This is why you get stuck in handcuffs so often.
Yeah.
You get the cheap ones from the no kidding around aside. You know the first place I got handcuffs. This is not a joke.
What's
A
that?
church bazaar.
The church
I'm not
bazaar?
kidding. That is where I bought my first set of handcuffs. A church flea market bazaar, and I get to have that the rest of my life.
Trico look and says, distracted by a situation? Sounds like you need to do better. LOL. Yeah.
I have ADHD. I'm distracted by everything.
Were you not doing better? You know. I like that cover. And that cover still has the old image on it, the old logo.
Yeah, because it's the last of it.
Okay.
We're selling them out. If whatever doesn't sell in this campaign, I'm going to go to a show, probably MegaCon, sell each one of them for $1.
Okay.
You know, and those are the ones that are kind of beat up because we're at the end of it. You know, when you travel, there are a couple that wind up getting a little bent on the corner
Yeah.
just over time. So that's really, I mean, these are the last of the pristine ones, but it took 2 years to get rid of, and a hurricane to ruin half of the stock. But for me, 11x17s never sold well. Don't know why. I think a lot of it too was because this had the logo on it. A lot of people said without the logo they would have bought it.
Who's the artist on that one?
Satane Zilia.
Okay.
She is amazing. She actually had this on on her television stations in her local area over there in she's in Prague,
Okay.
which is of course in Russia.
Yeah.
And they had it on their television show and they showed this image. So my books are internationally famous.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are you Randy?
Yeah.
I got a message here from Indie Vote Radio. Guy says, I'm putting out he's putting out his first book and he really wants to reach out. He's got $2,000 for a cover that he wants to get a well-known artist to do. But a buddy of his told him that you should never have any other artist do the first issue cover of your book. Do it yourself. It's a rite of passage. It's something that you'll always look back on. What do you feel? How do you feel about that, Randy?
I think that's his opinion. That it all depends on the product and how personal you want to make it. If you're doing an anthology book where you're writing all the stories and you have other people, doing artwork in it, absolutely get the best cover that you can. But I can understand that person's point of view about wanting to make it all personally theirs, so that you should do the first cover. Maybe offer a variant cover by somebody that's famous, especially if you can generate more dollars that way. And really, it's all a matter of what you personally want to do. I mean, if I've always wanted to be able to print a piece from Steranko. I'd love to, if I was doing a product and could come to terms with Steranko and have him do a cover, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
I think
It all
that
depends on how much you like that individual.
if you can get like a Jim Lee cover, like if I can get a Jim Lee cover or Rest His Soul, a Mike Turner cover on my book, it becomes it becomes a thing. Well, that has to be a variant cover, and I'm well aware that variant cover is going to outsell my cover.
Sure, but your cover would be the primary.
Yeah.
And you'd offer the variant even if you sold more of the variants. You're still selling books.
Yeah, you sell the variant cover for more. Like, oh, you want to screw my cover, right? That's fine. You paying $5 extra for Mr. Turner's cover. Yeah, I would do that.
It's a personal choice. It's not there's not a specific rite of passage. Your friend's idea, in my opinion, is sound because you want your book to be yours.
Mm-hmm.
And you personally doing your first issue cover, I can definitely understand. But it's all up to you. It's your choice. That's part of the fun of this market, is you get to make those decisions all on your own.
You do.
You can take other people's opinions, but in the end, it's your book. So it's not like you have to please some big corporate out there. We don't think your artwork's good enough for the cover. We're going to go out and buy artists, big name artists, in order to help sell the book. No. It's all up to you.
Yeah, I think that we have to figure out when you're doing that, when you're figuring out variant covers or little special bells and whistles for your comics. you know,
That would be my suggestion, though, is to try see how your campaign's going, and if you need a little boost, then get that cover in there and offer it as a variant cover.
yeah, and
Or
try
if you want a little boost, it's all up to you.
and keep that price affordable. You don't want to
Yeah.
just because you got a a George Perez cover or a Jim Steranko cover or Arena Zimmerman cover. You don't want to make it. You want people to be able to still purchase it.
Yeah.
For so I wouldn't raise it more than maybe $10 more than the regular book, maybe.
You probably don't even need to do that, depending upon the product and how many you're moving. But you'd get a good idea off of that from your initial campaign.
Mhm.
But it would help you draw extra attention to the campaign if suddenly you have a variant cover by somebody that people know.
Yeah, I've seen people putting out variant covers themselves because they drew like 3 or 4 images and they can't figure out which one they like more.
That's
So their
true,
books
too.
have. Yeah.
I think variant covers are also dangerous because if you have too good of art on the cover, and let's be honest, if you have really good art and really weak art in the inside, and I'm not making a judgment, just an honest opinion here, you're going to turn people off from your brand very quickly.
Well, that the way you stem that too is to show your interior artwork in your campaign,
Yes, yes.
so
but
everybody
I
knows.
think that
Transparency is really the key here.
I've been at a show and I've seen people open books with great covers and to put it nicely, struggling interior, and they
Yeah.
put the book right down,
Yeah.
and walked away. So your cover might sell a couple times, but ultimately it's going to cost you as a creator down the long run.
That's why I suggested of bringing it in as an extra perk.
Yes.
You have your cover there, absolutely, and then a couple of weeks into the campaign, you're offering a variant cover. So,
Josh, good morning. Good morning.
morning, Josh.
We I don't know if like, my book may have a variant cover. Maybe
It'll have a
one.
variant cover.
It has a variant cover. Yeah, I do that on when I do those sketch covers. I take white out and I white out the T. So this is a variant cover, and I think I'm so freaking creative and a genius when I do that. But yeah, it's look at that fetish agenda.
That's right. I will convert you all. Despite what Larry says, I know you all secretly want to be part of it.
Yeah, it was funny too. I did get some messages. Said there should be we should have a is it Carville and gosh, I can't think of the other guy's name. They used to have the show on, was it CNN or NBC? One was Republican, one was a Democrat. Bald head guy and the guy, is it Tucker? He wears the bow tie.
Tucker Carlson. What?
He wears the bow tie. He's a news reporter.
Yeah.
Him and the bald guy Carville used to have a show together. One was a Republican, one was a Democrat, and they used to argue back and forth. And someone mentioned that last night. They were like, you guys need to have a show with Larry and Rob going back and forth on the issues. I said, well, I think the difference in you guys is one is Canadian, one's American. Those are the biggest issues there,
Almost at opposite ends of the continent.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is, I mean, there's a big difference there because he does 2 shows a year. I do 20 to 30 shows a year.
Well, he can't get in the shows. He's in bed.
Well, again, I mean, he keeps talking bad about shows. No one's going to be exactly inviting him as guest.
Yeah,
At least you're not doing 136 shows a year.
yeah, that's a lot of shows. It's like,
Yeah, 60 of those being 2-day shows.
you can't. Yeah, we still haven't figured the math out on that.
Bad inside joke.
But
Rob.
you can't. Like, I guess I feel bad for Larry because like he's already in Canada. I don't feel bad because he's Canadian. No. I feel
That's okay. You're a Canadian.
no, he's in Canada. There's not a lot of shows there, so he's got to if
Red Green's up there.
he's got to come across the border damn near to do a show,
That's a show.
and then so passports, all that's good stuff, and then now he can't even go in his backyard.
Yeah, but I mean, and I like Larry. Larry's a good dude. But people have got to be watching him. And like he said, he's blasting them.
Yeah.
That's not a way to endear yourself. Do I have issues with shows? Sure. Do I make them public? No, because it won't benefit me. I'll make things public that benefit a lot of people. Like if there's a bad show that did bad things, and it affects everybody, yeah, I'll say something nicely. But you can't expect to blow people up and not to have some sort of throwback on you. You know what I mean? And I like Larry, and I get his frustration because it's unfair what he's going through. But he's not championing his cause by calling them assholes. You know, like you're just not going to win. That's not how you make friends.
Well,
You know, he should call them out on a show. Have them come, go to their show, buy a ticket, and interview them.
yeah.
On a live video. That's what I would do. Like if you pushed me that far, I'd be in your face with a live video, and I'd go find that guy, and I'd be like, "Could you tell all the people listening on Facebook why you think you're better than me?" And I don't care, kick me out at that point, but y'all get enough traction that people will be like, "All right, maybe we're wrong," because he's not opening the conversation. I think that's the route he has to take: is take the fight to them in a way that they can't frame it that he's the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the one good thing about, I'll give Comicsgate this, for the people who are the outliers, they often will defend themselves very succinctly and actually just explain, I've heard it. I just want comics that make sense, that aren't a pro-campaign for something. And when people say that, it's hard to argue with that. You know?
Yeah.
If someone had actually taken over Comicsgate and actually really thought about how to win a public campaign, you would probably have a stronger unit that would be invited to shows because they have a stronger thing. But unfortunately, some people who are in the front have said some very bad things. And that's just a PR problem, you know?
How's our indie radio?
Indie Radio, I don't even have to ask anymore. Right now we're at 1311. So.
1311.
Yeah.
We love and appreciate each and every one of you.
1311. Right now, actually, me, Tico, is our number one, leading with 510, just up to 12 unique listeners.
Other countries are falling behind.
Yeah, falling behind Mexico. Come on, get him up there. I know you're awake, Paris. I know you're awake, France. I know you're out there.
Is it what? It's probably the middle of the night.
Yeah. Then that's the thing. Sometimes these people are different. They're different timelines. Wow, different time zones. Rob, have you shipped any of those books out, the Barber Unleashed books out overseas? Like, you know,
I don't know how to answer that because I don't exactly know if I've broken any laws. So let's just say that I have fulfilled everyone who has backed my campaigns and leave it at that, Varian.
Okay, all right.
I recently read the customs form and was like, oh, wait, was I supposed to check some laws?
Yeah. It'll be on that Indie Vote. Rob Anderson arrested for it.
That might really be a thing.
They'd have to come and get him first. Extradition papers suddenly.
You could say a lot about Trump, but I don't think Trump would give me up. I think Trump would hold me and be like, no, we're not giving him up. Screw off. I might vote for Trump just so in case of that moment.
I've seen his comics.
Bloomberg, on the other hand, boy, you're in trouble. Pence.
I've seen his agenda.
Sanders would trade me for a pack of cigarettes.
I've seen his agenda. He has the best agendas. I know all about agendas. Believe me. I know.
All about agendas.
I've done things.
How dare you?
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see here. All right, so guys, we're gonna end the show a little bit earlier today because I got some stuff to do.
You got stuff to do.
Yeah, I got moving around to do.
That's no excuse.
Lola and I have some stuff to do. So yeah, we really have a lot of stuff to do. I think that we're going to have probably a show this weekend, maybe a special show. I'm not sure. And then I gotta talk to Lola because I got some messages. We can hang out and talk a little bit after we go off the air.
It'd have to be Sunday.
Yeah, probably be Sunday. Yeah, because
Special show.
Yeah, a special show for special people. Special things happen. But thank you for joining us, Rob. We really appreciate it.
Stay tuned to Indie Volt Radio just in case. You never know when we'll go live.
Yeah.
Before we go off
watching
there,
on YouTube,
I want to say that Trico's right. We all have to do better.
Yeah.
Make sure you ring that bell for notifications.
Do better.
You better make sure that is your man apologize for everything.
Are they sorry? They're so sorry.
They're so sorry. It's absolutely sorry. I won't tell you what I'm sorry for, but I'm going to say the word sorry a bunch of times.
So sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Buy my book. Buy my
If,
book still.
if you're
Sorry.
from Michigan, it's oop oop
Did I kill that Hollywood deal?
oop
Sorry.
oop
So sorry.
oop oop
Sorry.
Oops.
oop
Oops.
oop.
Oops.
Oop.
Sorry.
Excuse me. Oop. Sorry about that.
You got to be a manning lately.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm
So is ladies man too soon?
you could
Probably.
yeah.
Probably.
We'll see how it shakes out next week. It's going to be a very difficult week next
I'm sure we're going to run into a lot of this.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
It's coming.
Yeah. That I just when the fallout happens though, like well, actually we're hearing a lot of this too.
Everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
Actually, though, honestly, about this entire situation, this is what we're hearing. A lot
Is
of
that
that.
the official
There's
release?
a lot of that going on.
That's the publisher's official release, right?
Yeah,
It is.
that's we it's
That's
hello,
it.
hello out there. Dude, I don't have a cricket sound chirps. I should. Need...
Everybody else is going. That's all we get. Silence.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We really appreciate it. Indie Vote Radio. All of you, all now 1,410 of you missed a good show, but that's okay. They'll replay. We appreciate you listening. Everyone who was in the chat today, thank you. Had a really good Geekgasm show last night. Go back and watch that.
Which we're still
a lot
a
of
little
fun.
burned out from. Yeah.
Yeah. Randy Zimmerman, Scott Rosema, Mr. Anderson, Larry Higgins was there. I was there. Of course, Lola was
And
there.
of course, Lola was there.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course, Lola. She was there. So go back and check that show out. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully we can do that again very soon as well. Until then, I have been Varian Grant, who we did not introduce ourselves today. We didn't.
No,
introduce
I know
ourselves
we
at all.
didn't.
Yeah.
I was looking, by the time I realized it and looked at the clock, we were an hour in. That's a little too late for introductions. We'll be back on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Geekgasm happens on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So
That's right.
In your local area, you'll have to judge.
Yeah.
And adjust for your own time zone.
Rob, where can they find you?
They can find me on Kickstarter right now at barberunleashed.com and get all the Indie Devil's Tales, and check out indieadvocates.com, the global digital comic con whose heart is in indie comics and covers everything indie. But we also covered something cool about Marvel making a book about a service dog and a Marine. Definitely check that out.
That's cool. Rob, is there anywhere else on the internet they can find you?
Oh yeah, I own everything. Like, just go to a site and thank me for it because they're all mine. They're all mine.
They're all yours.
Yeah.
All of those sites are yours.
All of them, every single one.
I was over
Gotta
at
do what you gotta do.
I was over at RedTube today. We got to talk. All right.
You own RedTube too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, you got to diversify. It's everywhere.
That's the key. Diversity.
Thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate it.
I'll be at the Great Lakes Con this weekend.
That's right.
The Flint show that I run is up here in Flint, Michigan at the Flint Farmers Market. There's another one up in Saginaw at the end of June 27th. Other than that, it's Facebook and Twitter and the Zim Geek channel over on YouTube. So, and here, if you're listening to us on YouTube, make sure you like this broadcast and ring that bell for notifications, because you don't know when Varian's going to pop in another video.
Yeah. I'm crazy like that. And you can find me.
Stream. It's become an addiction with him lately.
Yeah. You can find me at kit_v on Twitter, as well as Varian Grant on Facebook, Instagram, a couple other places. Stalk me. WhenWeRiot.com is my website, the only website besides IndieVote that I own, and Last Call Comics, obviously. Only those. IndieVote Radio, check us out on Streamer or Google Play. It is the only place where you can find all this IndieVote Radio goodness. You can check that out by downloading on Google Play or Streamer app. If you have iOS, you download that and look for IndieVote Radio. It's pretty easy to find after that. Other than that, we have the IndieVote TV, which is Overtop Network. We stream a bunch of indie movies on there. It's like Netflix, just like Netflix, but it's indie movies. I think that everybody here will enjoy that because we all like to lounge back and watch movies. There, if you have a Roku, that's the way to get that. You're going to use your Roku. Coming very soon to Amazon Fire Stick as well. So check that out then too. Other than that, we are out of here for the day. Out of here for this Thursday morning. We will see everybody back here. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, they want to put this, send the questions in. You can do that. Indie Vote
Please
Live.
send us your questions.
Yep, Indie Vote Live at indievote.com. Please include Indie Vote Live in the subject, and please keep those emails to 90 words or less. And also, last thing too, bottom of the screen there, did Rob upset you? If he did, send him hate mail at ihaterob@indievote.com.
That's a real email box, by the way.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
Please do send it. But not the Larry comments about the furries. That's
No.
all on Larry.
Yeah, that's all
Oh,
I'm Larry. Thanks for joining me, guys. We'll see everybody back here. Have a great weekend, everybody. Talk to you soon.
All right, everybody, take care.